Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Wraps Baseball's live commentary of the Premier 12. It is going to be a game between Cuba and Chinese Taipei tonight, as this game here has little implications as far as the Super Round, as the nation of Chinese Taipei and Japan have punched their ticket from Group B into the second round. We're going to give you the starting lineups, first of all, for Cuba tonight, as this will be their final game of the tournament. Leading off and in center field is number 1, Royal Santos. Batting second and playing third base is number 10, Yoan Moncada. Hitting third and right field is number 33, Yadier Drake. The cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 54, Alfredo Despaigne. Batting fifth and playing first base is number 40, Ariel Martinez. Hitting in the sixth spot and playing shortstop is number 71, Barbero Arabarena. Batting seventh in left field is number 7, Yolkis Giber. Hitting eighth and doing the catching is number 17, Andres Perez. And batting ninth, and at second base, is Gene Walter. And they are going to be facing tonight Zhu Peng Huang, who takes to the hill for Chinese Taipei. As we mentioned, it is a game that really is nothing right now other than a tune-up game for Chinese Taipei tonight for the next round. And now your starting lineups for Chinese Taipei. Leading off in center field tonight is Chi-Cheng Chu. Batting second and doing the designated hitting is Kung Kwan Giljegilaja. Hitting third in right field is Anko Lin. In left field is number 32, Song Seng. In the 5 spot, playing third base is Chi Kai Pan. Hitting sixth and doing the catching is number 95, Pei Fong Dai. Batting seventh at shortstop is number 9, Cheng Yu Cheng. Hitting eighth at first base is number 27, Chi Cheng Lin. And batting ninth and playing second base tonight is Tonghua Yue. And so as the starter, Huang finishes his warm-up toss, it is going to be Jonas Yura who takes to the hill for the Cubans tonight. And Yura will be the starter here against Chinese Taipei. Well, hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Actually, we're going to stick around right here as Huang has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're going to get this one going pretty much straight away as we are ready to roll Cuba and Chinese Taipei here in the top of the first inning. So coming to bat for Cuba here, as they are the visitors in this one, will be Santos, then Moncada, and then Drake to get things going against the right-hander Huang. Santos stepping into the plate. He is ready to go. Batting from the left side here against the right-hander. As Cuba is in their all grays tonight. The first pitch is a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. Defensively tonight for Chinese Taipei from left to right field, it is Seng in left. The center fielder tonight is Chu with the right fielder of Lin. As that pitch misses upstairs, the count goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Around the horn from first to third, Lin is at first. The second baseman is Yue. The shortstop is Chang, and the third baseman is Pan with the battery of Huang and Dai. As that fastball catches the inside corner, count now goes to 2-1 on Santos. Another healthy crowd at the Taipei Dome tonight. As that fastball swung on, it is chopped right back to the pitcher. Fielding it is Huang. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Santos on a ground out, 1-3. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Yoan Moncada. Well, Moncada steps to the bat tonight. He has had a decent tournament so far. He has 2 for 10 at the plate, but defensively he has been a jewel, as he's been able to make some great plays for the Cubans at the hot corner, and the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. He was slowed down as he was hit by a pitch in the game against Korea. And they weren't sure if he was going to continue to play. Got hit in the hand, had to leave the game early. Fastball swung on, grounded over to third. A nice play there by Pan. Takes it on the short hop and fires to first. And that is going to retire Moncada on a ground out 5-3. He's in the books for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away here for Cuba in inning number 1, and that's going to leave it up to Yadier Drake. Well, for Drake, he has really caught fire in the tournament. He's 7 for 15. He's got a homer and 5 runs batted in. He's hitting a cool .467. Steps in batting from the right side. He has moved up in the batting order as the shortstop Arabirania, who was in the 3-hole for the early part of the tournament, has fallen to the bottom as that first pitch fastball catches the inside corner for a called strike. Catcher wasn't able to hang on to the ball as it squirted away from him. So no balls and 1 strike to Drake. And the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yadira Drake. Again, the right-hander works himself to the set, now delivers. Fastball waved at and missed, and Drake is in the books, and Cuba goes 3 up and 3 down here in inning number 1. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are through a half inning. It is Cuba nothing and Chinese Taipei coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with all the action in just a couple of moments. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here tonight with the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel for the Battle of Cuba and Chinese Taipei.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Wraps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Wraps Baseball, we know baseball. That's right, and we'll be back in 30 seconds with the bottom half of inning number 1. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom half of the first inning. It'll be Chi Cheng Chu. Then it'll be Kung Kwan Giljig Giljua and the right fielder Anko Lin. Apologize if we butcher the second hitter in the batting order's name. From our end of things, that is a name that is not regular, and we tried to look up some different enunciations of it, and we're not sure if we've got it right ourselves. So no harm intended. But he did have that 3-run homer last night in the 9th inning off the bench for Chinese Taipei. He's getting the start in this one here tonight as the DH. So they're going to be facing the right-hander, Yoenis Yura, who had a great start in the opener that fortunately had gone awry for Cuba, and not based on his starting performance. So Yura is going to take to the hill here against Chinese Taipei, and this one will be his second start of the tournament. So the left-hander here ready to face Chinese Taipei as he rocks himself into the windup and delivers a first pitch breaking ball that misses up and in for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Chu getting the start in the leadoff spot. Number of changes tonight here for the home club as there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. Some regulars getting the night off as the lefty Yura rocks himself into the windup and delivers. There's a fastball that's waved at and missed. The count now goes to 1-2 on Chu. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. After a day off tomorrow, the tournament will move to Japan as there's a breaking ball that misses down and the count runs even to 2-2 as the rest of the games will be held at the Tokyo Dome. We'll be on the call for all of the late games, and I would assume at that point in time, all those games are going to be with Japan. So those will be the ones that we will be covering. Can't do the earlier games, unfortunately, so we will call 3 in the super round and then the finals as well. So hopefully you can join us for the action there as well. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball waved at and missed, and Chua's in the books for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away here, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Kungkwan Giljegilja. And as we mentioned yesterday, the DH here for Chinese Taipei hit a home run in the 9th inning. It was already an 8-2 ball game at that point, but the 3-run shot extended the lead to make it 11-2, as Chinese Taipei had gone on to win that game 11-3 last night against Australia. And there's a first pitch changeup that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Left-hander against the right-hander. Yura delivers. It's a breaking ball that is swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. The count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And the bat flip was probably greater than the home run itself last night, as he had fired the bat toward the dugout, but the home run that he hit was a bit of a wall scraper. It landed in the first row, as that fastball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-1. But you got to say he was having a little bit of fun making it around the base paths for the home crowd. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Very impressive Taipei Dome. It had been, did a little bit of reading up on it today. It was refurbished in 2023. It had been kind of dormant for a while. There's a fastball swung on, and this is going to be fouled away. For baseball, it seats about 40,000. But for concerts and other special events, it can ratchet itself up closer to 50,000 or maybe more. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Giljegilja. Yeah, the lefty Yura kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to third. Nice play by Moncada as he backed up. He fires over to first. And that is going to retire the hitter on a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Anko Lin. Lin is another player who has had the benefit tonight of being able to get some action. He is 0-4 in the tournament, but he wasn't in last night's lineup. And as we said, that he is one of the changes from yesterday to today. So the first pitch here is going to be coming from Europe, as he gets that sign from his catcher Perez tonight. The pitch is a changeup that misses down. Defensively tonight for Cuba, from left to right field, Guevara is in left, Santos in center. The right fielder is Drake. Around the horn, Martinez is at first. The second baseman's Walter, shortstop Arabreña, with the third baseman Moncada, and the battery of Yura and Perez. That breaking ball drops in for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1 on Lin. Yura working quickly, kicks and fires. Fastball swung on, grounded over to the right side, fielded by Walter in shallow right field. He does a 360, and he throws to first. And Lin is in the books on a ground out, 6-3. So 3 up and 3 down here for Chinese Taipei in their half of the first as they go quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're through 1 complete. Your score is Cuba 0, Chinese Taipei 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for being here with us tonight on the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the order to come to bat for Cuba here in inning number 2. That means it's going to be Alfredo de Spania, Ariel Martinez, and Barbero Arabarena, as they are going to be set to face the right-hander Huang here for inning number 2. What do I expect tonight? I expect that we're going to see Yura go quite a ways for Cuba, but I wouldn't bat an eye that the Chinese Taipei ball club may consider shortening up their group and maybe going to the bullpen a little bit sooner than the Cubans would. But we'll have to see who they're going to use and who they may be looking to use to stay sharp for this tournament. So Despania coming to the plate as he digs himself in to face the right-hander Huang here in inning number 2. You have to think that Despania is going to be close to the swan song with his national team production as he takes the first pitch for a called strike. The count is 0-1. The big fella is getting a little bit on in age as he is batting here from the right side and the pitch on the way. Breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. I'm not sure that Despania particularly agreed with that call, but the home plate umpire said it was so it must be true. So no balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander works himself into the motion and delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 0-2 to Despania. And once it is made official, we'll be putting up our schedule, as we mentioned before, doing all the late games or the second games as that pitch misses down and in, and the count goes to 1-2 on Despania. So that'll be up in the next 24 hours or so, and then, of course, the championship game to go with it. Wish we could do some of those other games in the tournament, but we were not going to be able to make it work. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. The catcher, Dye, was ready to come up throwing down to first, and he strike him out, throw him out. That pitch looked pretty darn good from the overhead angle, but the home plate umpire says differently. 2-2 here to Despania. As the right-hander again gets the sign from his catcher now, Despania asks for time as he feels Huang has taken too much time. So again, the right-hander working to the set. Here comes the pitch. On its way, fastball misses upstairs, and the count goes to 3-2 on Despania. Haven't seen Huang pitch before, but he is a very low 3/4 sidearmish as he is ready to deliver again here to the right-handed hitting Despania. There's a breaking ball taken for a called third strike. It was a bit of a sweeping curveball that came across, and Despania is dispatched for the first out of the inning. He has one gone here. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Ariel Martinez. And for Martinez, for most of us or for those of you who do listen to us, and before we go any further, looks like the pitching coach making his way to the hill or the manager, and it looks like we've already had their first pitching change of the night as Huang's night's going to be done. And if this is going to be the case, we could be here for a while tonight as last night. We're just going to wait here as the Huang is staying on the mound to greet the relief pitcher, and we'll get you that here in just a moment, as it is going to be 64 entering the fray. But we'll take a timeout here. We have a pitching change already here in inning number 2. It is a 0-0 game between Cuba and Chinese Taipei. We'll be right back after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rademacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher, so be sure after the game to go check out his channel and let him know Last Raps Baseball sent you. It is Ariel Martinez who is slated to come to the plate. We're just waiting here as the pitching change has been made, and they're just panning the crowd through all the people. Another good, well-attended crowd here for the home team, Chinese Taipei, tonight. Lots of people in the crowd. As we mentioned last night, it was around 40,000 people they have for baseball, and it is all of it. Very nice, remodeled, redesigned stadium. A lot of people in attendance to see the game. A lot of Chinese Taipei folks who are what we would call socialites or other athletes in other areas and other sports, as they are taking in the game here tonight. So 1 gone here in the second inning. We're just waiting for the tune-up tosses to be completed. As we said, it is Ariel Martinez slated to come to bat for Cuba, and it'll be Barbero Arabarena to follow with us. There is 1 gone here in the top half of inning number 2. So we are ready to resume, as it is a left-hander on the hill. Interesting, they only used Huang for 4 batters, and the first pitch delivered to Ariel Martinez is swung on. This ball is in trouble. This ball is hit to deep left field, moving back onto the warning track, and it's going to be off the wall. Seng ends up having to chase it down. He's going to pick it up, and Martinez is going to get himself a double. So a 1-out double here for Ariel Martinez, the first hit of the game. Seng had gone all the way back to the wall, and as he had leapt, it didn't clear it. It hit the top part of the wall. So Ariel Martinez may have to get himself back into the gym a little bit, as that ball hit just below the yellow portion. Was not played as well off the wall by Seng. It hit just below the yellow cushioning, and then he had to chase it down. So he is at second is Martinez. That's going to bring Arabarena to the plate. So Arabarena stepping in, as we mentioned early in the tournament. He had a number of chances as he was hitting at the 3 spot in the batting order. He's 3 for 17, no homers and 1 RBI for the right-handed hitting shortstop of the Cubans. The reliever who has entered the ball game for Chinese Taipei is, as we said, number 64. This is Chi Swan Wang. So he is in the ball game. The new pitcher here, as the lefty kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul into the seats behind home plate. That runs the count even to 1-1 on Arabarena. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, the lefty getting his signs from his catcher as he's ready to go back to work here. Martinez gets his lead at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball, take it for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2 on Arabarena. A little bit of a disappointing tournament for Cuba by their standards, as they are exiting the tournament here tonight. But not so for Chinese Taipei, who will go on to face the Americans, Venezuelans, and the Japanese in the super round. There's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 2-2. One would anticipate that Japan, being the host team, as well as sending one of the stronger teams in the tournament, should be able to go through to the championship game. The question will be is who will play for second place in that tournament, or in this tournament, to be able to beat them in the final. Here comes the 2-2. Pitch on the way, fastball swung on and missed. And Arabarena is in the books for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it up to the left fielder, Yokis Guibert. Well, for Guibert, as he comes to the plate, he's 3 for 15 in the tournament. He's got a homer and 3 RBIs. Batting from the left side here against the left-handed throwing Wang. As Wang gets his sign and now brings himself to the set position. Here comes the first offering. As he checks Martinez at second and delivers a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Saying yesterday, sometimes when you watch the international players, especially on the Asian side of the Pacific, lots of different arm angles, lots of different action. Maybe not the power game that is played in Latin America or in North America, but they certainly have some different looks off the mound. And speaking of looks, there's a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up over on the third base side. Pan in foul territory with room. He makes the catch. And that is going to retire Guibert for the third out of the inning. Well, they strand the double by Martinez. No runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the second inning. Your score is Chinese Taipei, nothing, Cuba, nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the bottom of the second in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back after this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
That's right, everybody. That's our friend Matt Hollis. After the game, be sure to go check him out and let him know Last Rouse Baseball sent you. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters to come to bat here in the second inning for Chinese Taipei to face UNS Ura. It'll be Seng, Pan, and Dai to face the left-hander here. As he is ready to resume to the hill. As we mentioned, this game here tonight, other than a tune-up game for Chinese Taipei for the next round, Cuba is eliminated after this one here tonight. Ura, the lefty, ready to face Seng here as he steps into the box. The first pitch on the way is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strike to Seng. Seng had himself a decent night at the plate last night. Reached base 3 times. As that fastball misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-0. For Seng in last night's affair, he get walked a couple of times. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses up, and it's now 3-0. The tournament, he is 2 for 9. He's got no homers and a couple of RBIs. Big fella getting the start in left field tonight. He has been the DH on other occasions as he swings through that fastball at 3-0, and the count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. He is a stocky fella here by Chinese Taipei standards as he takes another fastball at the knees for a called strike. He thought that was going to be ball 4. And the count now goes full. So that brings him back into the batter's box. 3 balls and 2 strikes as the lefty delivers. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into left field. He started in and then he had to retreat on it, was the left fielder Guibert, and he's going to make the catch. As Seng is going to be retired for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up Chikai Pan. So Pan stepping in as Yara has been so far retired the first 4 batters that he has faced. Pan getting the start tonight. He was the starter in last night's ball game at third base. As he gets himself in at the plate here, ready to go. Left-hander Yura kicks and fires a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes to Pan. Left-hander against the left-hander. Yara rocks into the delivery and he fires. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted foul down the left field line, but it's going to slice itself into the seats, and that's going to even the count at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty Yura ready to go again as he gets that sign from his catcher. He rocks himself into the windup and he fires. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 1-2 on Pan. Catcher Peifong Dai waits his turn on deck. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away. Count runs even to 2-2. As we mentioned, too, the crowd that's in attendance tonight, maybe not as festive as it was last night. Last night, playing the Australians, they'd smelt blood in the water. There's a breaking ball swung on, chopped over to the right side of the infield. It's going to stay fair. Martinez fields it. He flips it over to Yura covering. That is going to be a ground out 3-1 to retire Pan for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the catcher, Peifong Dai. Boy, I'm not sure about that one. We got the replay of that again, and the first base umpire was right on the call, but boy, I don't know if it went over the bag or not based on the replay angle that we received. But an out nonetheless, as that brings a Dai to the plate. Dai getting the opportunity to catch here this evening as the first pitch is coming here from Yura, who kicks and delivers. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to the Chinese Taipei catcher. Yura again working quickly, delivers a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes even to 1-1. Unlike the other field, there's no shot or pitch clock. I call it a shot clock, but pitch clock here that we can see as there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The one at the other park in Taipei City was right behind home plate, so you had this big countdown in front of you. But nothing that we can see here, at least with this angle. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Yura kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball down. The appeal to the third base umpire, but they say that Dai didn't go, and that's going to even the count to 2-2. Boy, I got to look at the replay on that one, and I'm not so sure about that. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Dai. As Yura making some adjustments to the mound, ready to go. Looks like he is trying to get himself in line to the target here, and the pitch on the way is breaking ball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats. Count remains at 2s to Dai. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as the lefty Yura rocks himself into the delivery. He kicks and fires a breaking ball that just misses outside. Now that runs full to Dai. I have to tell you, I do like watching Yura pitch. I saw him pitch in the first game of the tournament, and he looked pretty good, and he's looking good here again tonight. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into right field, and this ball is going to drop down in front of Yadir Drake. It looked like Drake was going to have a beat on the ball, and he just pulled up, and the ball ended up getting down. Have to be careful on the turf, as you don't want that ball to ping-pong over your head. And that is going to bring Cheng-Yu Chang to the plate. And for some of our North American listeners, you would remember him as a member of the Boston Red Sox. Also Tampa Bay Rays, if I'm not mistaken, too, the Pittsburgh Pirates. So he has had some action in the tournament, but this is our first viewing of Cheng here. The first pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Well, maybe it's not the Yu Chang we're familiar with. I'm not sure if this is the same fella because he has a different look. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. So you can tell Yura is trying to get a feel for his pitches. He's got a lot of the arm motion moving. He's probably not quite got the feel of where he needs to be. 1-1 on the way. Breaking ball swung on, grounded in front of the plate, fielded by the catcher who throws it on the run. Nice play there by Perez as it was rolling up the first base line. Looked like a quarterback being chased by a linebacker. That's going to go down as a ground out 2-3 for the third out of the inning. And that will do it here for Chinese Taipei in inning number 2. While they had no runs in the inning, there was a hit. There was no errors, and there was one runner left aboard. They're now through 2 complete. Your score is Cuba no score and Chinese Taipei no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. We're going to take a musical timeout, and then we are going to come back with all the action. Right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat here for Cuba in inning number 3. That means Andres Perez, Gene Walter, at the top of the order, Raul Santos to face the reliever Wang, who is in the ball game, and we'll have to do a double check to see if he is still going to be here. We are going to have, we assume we're going to have a bit of a pitching parade here for Chinese Taipei. They got to make sure everybody is available for the game on, or the games coming up on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, or it should be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday local time in Japan. That is the North American times that we would be looking in at. So here comes the first pitch here from the lefty Wang. It is a fastball swung on. It is drilled foul into the seats down the left field line, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Perez. As we said, not too many empty seats here for this one. You can see the odd one here and there, but that might be people getting up to get some food. As the lefty is ready to go again, here comes the 0-1 to Perez. And he takes a little something off that one as Perez swings through a changeup, and the count goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Left-hander getting the sign as he works himself to the chest. Here comes the 0-2 offering, as he kicks and delivers it, a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2 on Perez. More action in the Chinese Taipei bullpen as they do have a right-hander up and throwing. As the lefty ready to go. I hope they just don't do the in-between inning changes. We could be here for a while. There's a fastball swung on it. It's popped up behind home plate. It's going to reach the seats, and it's going to keep the count at 1-2. That's really what slows the game down in a lot of ways, is the in-inning pitching changes. I said one reason why Major League Baseball said if the reliever comes in the middle of the inning, he's got to face at least 3 batters. Here's the pitch to Walter, swung on it, is grounded over to short. Perez, fielded by the shortstop Chang, who throws to first. And Perez is going to be retired. It's a ground out, 6-3 So 1 out here, and that's going to bring Gene Walter to the plate. So as Walter strides to the plate with 1 gone here, batting from the right side here against the left-hander Wang. Wang, the lefty, working to the set. And the pitch on the way, it is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into straightaway center field. But moving back on it is the second baseman. Coming in on it is the center fielder, and it's going to be the second baseman, UA, that's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Walter for the second out of the innings. So I'll go down as a pop-up to 4 in shallow center field, and that brings up Raul Santos to the plate. Well, for Santos, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. Batting from the left side here against the lefty Wang. As the lefty holds set, now he kicks and delivers. The first pitch as a center cut fastball taken for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1. Last night, the game between Chinese Taipei and Australia was our most watched video we've ever had on the channel. As we do appreciate everybody who has come in for that one. And tonight, we don't expect as much, as there's a fastball that misses down and away. But once we get into the super round, we expect that we are going to have some large audiences as well, with Japan being the feature game in those evenings. So here comes the 1-1 pitch as the lefty kicks and fires. It's a fastball that comes inside, but then it gets away from the catcher, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Lefty again getting his set position, and now we're ready to go. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that brushes Santos off the plate, and the count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Lefty Wang ready to go again. 2 gone here in the third. And the pitch coming up here to Santos. He kicks and delivers. Fastball taken on the inside corner for called strike. Santos started to make his way down the line to first base, but the right hand of the home plate umpire brought him back. And now the count run full. So Wang here ready to go again as he works set. And here comes the pitch. He kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on line to foul past the bag at first base, and that keeps the count at 3-2. Definitely did not fool Santos on that pitch. Lefty Wang gets himself a new baseball, rubs it up, and ready to go again. As the lefty holds to the set, now delivers. Fastball swung on, and this time Santos fouls it off the shin guard that he wears on his right leg. He's going to have to make a little adjustment there, but this keeps the count at 3-2. It's starting to become a bit of a tussle here as the ball girl comes out and resupplies the home plate umpire. So here comes the 3-2 pitch yet again as the lefty works set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. And moving back onto the warning track and making the catch is the right fielder, Lin. And that is going to do it as Cuba goes quietly here in their half of the third inning. They had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 2.5 innings at the Taipei Dome. It is Cuba, no score. Chinese Taipei, no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for being here. Here is a little bit of music from the NPB. We'll be right back after this. Bottom of the third, just around the corner. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Chi Cheng Lin, Tunghua Yue, and Chi Cheng Chu to come to bat here in inning number 3 for Chinese Taipei. As the lefty Yura is completed his tosses and we're ready to go. The home plate umpire has the hand up putting on the brake. They get a little signal as the local TV timeout will come to an end. And now he is ready to go. He has to just stand off to the side of the mound to let the pitcher know. It is one of the rules they saw was 2 minutes and 25 seconds in between innings maximum, but of course that will also be dictated by the commercial timeouts. As the first pitch from Yura is a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Yura delivered 34 pitches through the first 2 innings. As he kicks and fires to Lin, it's a changeup that misses up and away, and the count is 1-1 to Lin. Got to pay the bills somehow when you are in Taipei City. And there is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2. You say that with full appreciation. Got to take care of the bills is right. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and Lin goes in the books. And that is going to be the second strikeout recorded tonight by the lefty Yura. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Tunghua Yue. Well, Wei getting the start at second base tonight. He is batting in the 9 spot, batting from the left side here. The veteran, the 29-year-old, getting the start here tonight. As the first pitch is on the way, it is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Wei. You're working very quickly, doesn't waste any time. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Count runs even to 1-1. As we said, we were impressed by this Cuban lefty as he delivers again. There's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Lefty doesn't waste much time. He gets the ball, and he's in full go mode tonight. 1-2 on the way. Fastball just misses off the outside corner. Count is now 2-2 to Yue. Chu is waiting his turn on deck. Taipei looking for base runners, as both teams are trying to get something going. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. Count goes to 3-2. Unlike last night's game where the Australians had walked 6 batters and hit a guy in the first 4 innings, this game has had a different flavor to it as both teams much better on the hill being able to throw strikes. And pitch on the way. Fastball misses upstairs. That's going to be ball 4. That's the first walk. So we kind of were foreshadowing a little bit there. As Yue is going to reach first base. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Chi Cheng Chu. Well, for Chu, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out to begin the ball game as he is in the leadoff spot. Gets the start in center field. He really crowds the plate. He's got both feet on the chalk line. First pitch on the way. It is a fastball taken for a called strike on the outside corner. Count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Chu. Lefty-lefty matchup. Yura working himself to the set. Here comes the pitch. Instead, he throws over to first base, and getting back in time is the runner, Yue. I have to say, if there's a situation to run, this could potentially be one of them here. I'm trying to get over into scoring position. You've got the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come up here in a moment as the pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Left-hander against the left-hander. Yura ready to go once again. as he leans in and gets the signs from his catcher. And now he works himself to the set position. And instead he throws over to first, and diving back in time is the runner. So 1 ball and 1 strike, pitch on the way. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-2. We'll take a peek in and try to get the score of what's going on in the game between the Japanese and the Dominican Republic. And it looks like it is 2-2 right now in that one. That game is in the top of the 4th inning. Here's a pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is popped up down the left field line. Giving chase is Moncada, and he's going to have some room. He makes the catch as he had to reach back over the shoulder. Difficult play. In fact, sometimes I think that might be an easier play for the shortstop. I'm not sure where the shortstop Arabarenia was on that one, but I think Moncada was there. He makes the catch as Chu's gone for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Kung Kwan Gilja. And as I say, I hope I've said that right, because we were looking at the translations a little bit earlier on and wanted to see exactly where that was. Well, he had the home run, the 3-run shot in last night's ball game in the 9th inning. As a reward, he gets the start as the DH here tonight. So batting from the right side here against the lefty Uran. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into deep center field, and this ball is going to get off the wall. Fielding it is Santos. Rounding third and heading home is Chang. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's not going to be in time. And that is going to cross, or sorry, I should say Yue is going to cross for the first run of the game on a double here by Gilja. And he's got himself an RBI, and Chinese Taipei is in the lead here with a double, 1-0. So 1-0 is the scoreline, and that will bring to the plate Anko Lin with 2 gone. I have to say, it was a pretty nice swing, nice compact swing, and that ball just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. And all the way from first base, Wayne was able to score. And he did not let up at all. He just kept pouring it on around the base paths. Pretty good piece of base running there by the second baseman of Chinese Taipei. So 1-0 lead as they have it here. Cuba finds themselves in the hole, and Yura kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Lin. Lin tonight grounded to short his first time up. He's 0 for 1 here in this one. Lefty Yura ready to go. The crowd is back on their feet again. They were into it last night, not as much tonight. Breaking ball takes into a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Last night, they were on their feet early and often in that game against Australia. With 2 out and runner in scoring position, they're urging their home team on for another run. And really, that game last night, it was maybe flattering to the Aussies as they lost 11-3. There was a lot of runners left on base by Chinese Taipei. If they would have cashed in another run or two, or a couple more clutch hits, that game could have been over early. As that breaking ball is swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2 to Lin. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mercy rule is in effect, as it is 10 runs through 7 innings. Some people call it the mercy rule. Some call it the surrender rule, depending upon where you're at. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It is a breaking ball down. The count now goes to 2-2. Good stop there by the catcher Perez. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we mentioned, a 2-2 between Dominican and Japan. As that game started about 30 minutes ahead of this one, and they're in the 4th inning over there in that one. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. As it's on its way, it's a breaking ball swung on. It is going to be lifted foul into the seats, and the count remains at 2-2 to Lin. A nice snag there by one of the home supporters. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. One of the things I don't know about Chinese Taipei, but when you're in Japan, when the ball goes into the seats, they'll blow a whistle in some stadiums near the section where you're at. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field, but there's going to be room there for Santos to make the catch. And that is going to do it, as that will retire Lin for the third out of the inning, but not till Chinese Taipei got the first run of the game. 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Your score as we move to the middle 3 frames, it is Chinese Taipei 1, Cuba no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a little bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. The pitching parade is about to continue here for Chinese Taipei, as it's going to be number 59, Quan Wei Chen, entering the game. He'll be the third pitcher used. So Quan Wei Chen will be entrusted to face Yoan Moncada, Yadier Drake, and Alfredo Despaigne here as we begin inning number 3. The right-hander ready to go here as he gets the sign from his catcher. And this inning gets underway. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. As we mentioned, we felt it would be a parade of arms for Chinese Taipei tonight, and we haven't been disappointed yet. As the right-hander holds to the set, now delivers. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Yoan Moncada. And that next round, or the super round, it'll be a round robin of the 3 teams. And then a third place game and a fourth place game that'll take place on the Sunday in Japan. There's a fastball ripped foul down the right field line. It's going to reach the seats. And the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. As they pan the crowd, they've got some folks at the ball game tonight of all different ages, but some folks have their gloves with them. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Moncada. The right-hander ready to go again. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-1. We didn't want to foreshadow it in a negative way, but we said that there was better pitching here tonight so far, not as many walks, although the walk did hurt Ura in that last inning. As the 3-1 is ready to come here to Moncada. It's a fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted into the seats over on the third base side, and it's now going to run the count full to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. Again, the right-hander getting the sign from his catcher. Moncada waggles the bat and waits here on the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. It gets away from the catcher, but Moncada is just going to walk himself back to the dugout as he is going to be retired for the first out of the inning. So Moncada is in the books. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Yadier Drake. Well, for Drake, he is 0 for 1 tonight. As we said, he has enjoyed himself a pretty good tournament. As the right-hander works himself into a set position. Even though there's nobody on, he does throw from the stretch. Pitch on the way, breaking ball, swung on and missed. Count is quickly 0-1. Yadier Drake has really enjoyed himself a top-drawer tournament for sure. As again, the right-hander working to the set position. Here comes the 0-1. On its way, another breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. Yadier Drake was a one-man wrecking crew against the Australians. Really, that would have changed the complexion of the tournament. Had Cuba been able to get at least one more win, especially last night against Japan. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And he's in the books for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. And that's going to bring up the DH, Alfredo de Spagna. And I say that because if the game last night, if Cuba would have beat Japan last night, they had trailed and then they came from behind, ended up tying it up, and it ended up being a late Japan victory. If Cuba won that game last night, this game here would have been a very important affair. It would have been determining who would have gone to play in Japan in the week, as that first pitch fastball misses upstairs. Instead of getting a Japan plane ticket for Cuba, they are now getting a return home ticket. So 1 ball and no strikes it is here to Spagna. Ariel Martinez waiting on deck. He's had the only hit for the Cubans so far. Pitch on the way. Fastball center cut. Taken for a called strike. The count goes even to 1-1 on de Spagna. De Spagna is a big man. He had played his ball in Japan probably the best years of his careers with the Fukuoka Softbag Hawks. He had a couple of tours. He had one last year with them, but it was basically not his former self. There's a ground ball hit over to third, fielded by Pan. He flips it over to first, and that is going to retire de Spagna on a ground out 5-3. And he is in the books for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it as he goes in order here in the fourth. Do the Cubans. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We're moving to the bottom half of inning number 4. Your score is Chinese Taipei 1 and Cuba no score. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for being here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the order coming up for Chinese Taipei here in inning number 4. That means Song and Seng, Chi Kai Pan, and Pei Fong Dai coming to bat here to face the left-hander Yera, who will be back on for his 4th inning of work. 55 pitches through the first 3 innings for the Cuban left-hander. As the ready to resume the action, as we said, it is the local games that are over in Japan that are, or to say not just in Japan, but also in Taiwan, where they are on a clock for commercial timeouts. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So even though the pitcher is ready to go, the TV timeout is not. The umpire has to wait for that to be resumed, as there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting Seng. Lefty Yura kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on it as tap foul over on the third base side. Count now goes to 2-2. As we mentioned earlier in the game, we will be posting our schedule up here once the schedule is finalized and announced, as the pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs, and it's now 2-2 to Seng. But it will be us doing the games, which will be the later games, most likely including Samurai Japan. There's a fastball missing up. Count is now 3-2 here. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Seng. Again, Yura working back into the motion, and he delivers a fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted into the seats, and it's going to get into the second deck. Very impressive structure. As I said, they did some refurbishments. The dome, at least in Taipei City, had kind of been left dormant and let to go by the wayside, but now it is being used. A nice jewel showcase piece here for this tournament. As the 3-2 pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on, another one lifted foul. An interesting configuration on the dome. I don't know. I don't believe it's retractable. Doesn't appear to be, and we didn't read that at all in any of our research on it, but it almost looks like in the daylight you might get some different lighting. As the 3-2 is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down. That's going to be the second walk issued here by Yura in as many innings, and that is going to put the leadoff batter aboard, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Chikai Pan. Well, for Pan, he comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He has grounded to first his only time up. This will be the second time he's had to face Yura. Yura has been decent tonight, but not as sharp as he was in his opener. And the lefty here ready to go as he kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball swung on, is grounded to third, backhanded by Moncada, but he's unable to hang on to it. And everybody's going to be safe. That'll go down as an infield single for Pan. Safe at second is Seng, and that is going to bring up the catcher, Peifong Dai, to the plate. It was interesting. A nice play there. They had the third baseman, Moncada, was playing well off the line at third base. The ball was grounded to his backhand side. He had to shift over. He wasn't able to come up with it. The other thing that was interesting, too, was the hitter, Pan, when he hit the ball, it hit the dirt coming out of the area around home plate. And as he had hit that area there, then what had ended up happening was it grounded, and it looked like it had hit the dirt in that cutout around third base. And when that happens, usually the ball stays down. Moncada was unable to come up with it. Well, we've got to keep our eyes here. I have a feeling this is a bunt situation here for Chinese Taipei. The catcher Dai hasn't shown anything yet. He is now squaring to bunt, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty Yura ready to go back at it again as he finds himself in the hole. His pitch count's also starting to ratchet up a little bit here for the Cuban. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, chopped slowly over to first, and nobody's going to get it. Ariel Martinez had come off the bag to field it, He looked over to second base because that's where maybe he would have had an opportunity to get the out. And then there was nobody covering the bag, so he looked back to go over to first, and there was nobody at the bag there either. So a couple of chintzy little singles here, but they do the trick to load the bases. Seng advances to third, Pan is over to second, and Dai, the runner at first. Bases are loaded with nobody out. That is going to bring Cheng-Yu Chang to the plate. And so now there is a storm brewing here, and the crowd has risen to their feet at the Taipei Dome as they are looking for blood again. Now Andres Perez has asked for time as the Cuban pitching coach is on his way to the mound. I don't think they're making a pitching change yet, as Yura is at the backside of the mound and they're talking here. So bases are full here in the fourth inning. Chinese Taipei, nobody out, looking for the big inning here. Yura stays in the game, and it's Cheng-Yu Chang who is coming to bat here. Batting from the left side. Infield is in here for the Cubans, as they're going to try to cut off a run at the plate. Middle infielders are maybe a couple steps back a little further. Here comes the first pitch. Breaking ball swung on and fouled right into the foot of Chang, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and one strike. A turning point potentially in the ball game here, as Chinese Taipei's got a chance to add some runs to the board. Lefty Yura ready to go again as he gets that sign and delivers. Fastball swung on, and it's chopped foul over on the first base side, and now Cheng is in the hole at 0-2. Defensively, the middle infield is backed up a bit. They are in double play depth in the middle. The corners are in. Trying to cut a run down at the plate. So again, Yura looks in and gets his sign. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball down, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chang. Again, the lefty ready to go as Yura gets that sign from his catcher, left-handed hitter. Chang digs in, and the 1-2 on the way. Yura kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. It is chopped over to second. They're going to go to second for one, back to first, but it's not going to be in time as they're going to eat it at second. That's going to get a run in. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to erase Dai at second. He's going to be gone 4-6. He's out for the first out of the inning. Coming in to score is Seng. Advancing over to third is Pan, and safe at first on the backside is the batter Chang. So he gets himself an RBI, and it is now a 2-0 ball game here for Chinese Taipei. And the Cubans are not out of the woods yet here, as they are still threatening here. Probably a good decision by Arabaranian not to be throwing the ball to first base, as it is going to be Chi Chang Lin coming to bat. He's getting the start at first base tonight. And the lefty Yura kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Lin. Lefty again leaning in, getting the sign, and working himself to the set position. He kicks and fires. There is a breaking ball swung on, and it's chopped foul over on the third base side. Count now goes to 0-2. Cuban brass is looking on here. As we said, not one of the stronger Cuban teams we've seen in recent years, and really in a lot of ways they've been bled out by Major League Baseball. A lot of their talent has left Cuba and has gone on to other places. As the 0-2 is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It is popped up. It's in foul territory on the third base side. It's playable. Moving over underneath it is Moncada as he calls off the catcher, and he's there to make the catch. And he is going to retire Lin for the second out of the inning. So that was an important play there, and that'll leave it all up to the second baseman, Tunghua Yue. So for the second baseman, Yue, he doesn't have a plate appearance tonight, so officially 0 for 0. He's got a walk, and he's scored a run. As the left-hander, Yura, goes to the rosin bag, and he's ready to go back at it here. Runners at the corners and 2 gone. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Curious to see how far they roll here with Yura. I was anticipating they'd probably try to get at least 5 innings out of him tonight. And there he gives a token toss and over to first base, and diving back is the runner Chang. So 1 ball and no strikes. As the lefty delivers again, there's a breaking ball that just misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. A game between Samurai Japan and the Dominican. It is now 4-2 Japan in the top of the 5th inning, as they have taken the lead there. As the lefty delivers again, it's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. Count is now 2-1. It was Soshi Togo who was on the hill tonight for the Japanese. And it was Willie Peralta who had started for the Dominican. Willie, the 35-year-old former big leaguer. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-2 on Yue. Cuba looking to hang around in this one here. They're going to have to get their offense going, as it is a steady diet of Chinese Taipei pitchers they will get to see tonight. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. The lefty kicks and fires. Fastball swung on and fouled back on the third base side of home plate, and that keeps the count at 2s. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. So you're ready to go once again as gets the baseball, but just going to have a little timeout here as the catcher, Andres Perez, is getting some work done on him. He took the foul ball off his non-throwing hand. It came out with the magic spray. I love the magic spray. As they're spraying him down, and hopefully he'll be able to continue. Just like in soccer, when the soccer players go down and they come out with the magic spray and you start getting it all, blowing it all over the players, and really don't know what specifically is in the spray that will help them out. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the lefty delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on, and is it fouled away? The home plate umpire is saying that is a foul ball right at home plate. I don't think it is. The catcher, Perez, is letting him know. We're going to get a look at this one again, but he has made the call. The pitch was down in the dirt. We're going to get a look at the replay. Nah, he didn't even come close. The ball ended up, it was the catcher who fanned on it. So the Chinese Taipei hitter gets a break here, as he did swing through strike 3, but the home plate umpire felt he fouled it off. Here's the pitch. Fastball, take it for a called third strike, out borderline at waist height. Oh boy, he's gone for out number 3. I think the home plate umpire knew he made a mistake and was able to make up the call right then and there. Borderline pitch, taken for called strike 3. They got 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 4 complete. Your score is Chinese Taipei 2 and Cuba no score. Hitter at the plate was a little bit bewildered after that one, and we were as well. We'll be right back after this from our friend Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. Our friend Titus is in the house tonight. He says hello from the land of the rising sun, and we welcome you as he is listening to us from Japan. He said Japan did well against Cuba last night. Yeah, it was a bit of a nail-biter as they had to come from behind. It is Errol Martinez, Barbero Arrobarena, and Eoclis Guibert come to the plate here. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside to Martinez for 1 and no strikes. Martinez has the only hit so far tonight, as he had himself a double in the second inning. Nobody else has been able to find the score sheet for the Cubans. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that swung through and missed, and the count now goes even to 1-1. Martinez talking to himself at the plate there, not happy as he wasn't able to catch up to that pitch. So 1 and 1 strike as the right-hander holds to the set position. And now the pitch on the way. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 for Chinese Taipei over Cuba. The last time we looked in, the Japanese had a 4-2 lead over that of the Dominican, and there's a fastball swung on it, is lifted into right field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder, Lin, and he's there to make the catch, and that will retire Martinez for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. And on our books, that is 9 in a row retired by Chinese Taipei pitching. Well, that brings Barbero Arrobarena to the plate. Arrobarena is 0 for 1 tonight in this one. He struck out his first time up. He is 3 for 18 in the tournament. He has struggled mightily for the Cubans, as the pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. It did catch the inside corner on Arrobarena. Right-hander against the right-hander. Chen on the mound here, the third pitcher used by Chinese Taipei, and there's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. As we said tonight, this is the final game of the tournament for the Cubans. But for Chinese Taipei, they get the day off, and then they'll be in the Tokyo Dome. Local time, it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for the games in Japan. A fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side, and the count remains at 1-2 to Arrobarena. pitcher gets a new baseball. He's ready to go here again. As the righty works himself set, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And it's on the way. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. This ball is going to get trouble. It's going to get down all the way to the wall. Sen goes into the corner to pick it up. And Urbrania's got himself a one-out double here. The second hit of the ball game for the Cubans, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Yolkis Giber. So for the most part, the Cubans haven't been in this ball game as this is only their second hit. All the traffic on the base paths has come courtesy of Chinese Taipei. With that being said, here, a couple of swings of the bat, and this could be a brand new ball game. So stepping in is Giber. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He popped out to third his first time up as the right-hander works himself to the set position. And he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Is action in the Chinese Taipei bullpen as they have another right-hander up and throwing. As we mentioned, they probably don't want to burn anybody up significantly. I would think that the maximum amount of pitches maybe could be 40 for a pitcher for Chinese Taipei, as there is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes even at 1-1. And I say that speculatively because if you take somebody to 40 pitches, they definitely probably and most likely at this case wouldn't be available for tomorrow, but could be available for the game on Wednesday, but even that might be pushing it a bit. 30 to 35 pitches should bring you back safely on the Wednesday game. There's a fastball that misses up. And you don't like to let relievers sit too long. Keep them in the action, that is for certain. The bullpen usage, especially in Major League Baseball, up over the last few years with starting pitchers not pitching as long. It's going to start to wonder when starting pitchers are not going to get paid as much. They don't go as deep into the games. There's a fastball swung on. It is lined down the first base line, and it is going to go foul. The first baseman, Lin, diving over there. Let's see, there actually was a ball that was hit, just grounded past the bag. 2-2 here to Giebert. So we're going to go back at it again. Wang gets the new baseball. Runner at second is Arabarena. 1 gone here in inning number 5. As the right-hander stares in, works himself to the set position. Here comes the 2-2 offering. Kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. The Bear's gone in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it up to the catcher, Andres Perez. That was a split finger pitch, but it really didn't do much. Just hung up in the zone. Those are the ones you can usually do damage with. There did not do any damage with that one. And there you go. That is going to be the pitching change that we were anticipating. We were hoping we could get through the other end of the inning here, but on 25 pitches, Wang's day is done. So we're going to take a little time out here. We'll be back in just a couple moments. It is 2-0 for Chinese Taipei. They've got a runner at second and 1 out to the Cubans. But a pitching change here, and we'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We're just waiting confirmation on the pitching change. It'll be Andres Perez coming to bat here. They had a right-hander up in the bullpen. It did Chinese Taipei. We're unable to catch the number. They're ready to go there. The Chinese Taipei cheerleaders are keeping everybody entertained on this delay in the action. So we'll see how this is going to shape up here in just a moment. But as we were saying earlier and before, the Chinese Taipei Ball Club going through a number of arms as they're going to try to look to keep everybody fresh for Wednesday. Wouldn't think that there'd be anybody that they would probably burn up unless they don't plan to use somebody in that game on Wednesday at all and save them for later in the tournament. It is going to be a right-hander who is in the game, but it's going to be number 39. And 39 is going to be N.C. Huang in the game. So N.C. Huang is going to be the fourth pitcher used tonight by Chinese Taipei. So he is the second Huang used on the mound today, as Zhupeng Huang had got the start. So he is going to be facing Perez here with that runner at second and two gone as the first pitch coming here from the right-hander is on its way, and it is a fastball swung on. Is grounded up the middle. A diving effort by the second baseman, but he's going to get into center field, rounding third and heading home. Here comes the play to the plate, and the throw is not in time. And getting in safely is Arabarenia, but I think the catcher definitely wants to have a look here, and they're going to call for a replay. It is going to be a single, but we're going to have to wait to see if the throw is in time to get the play at the plate. The umpires are going to go under the headsets. So hold your horses here. Right now, Cuba has scored the run, but I have to say on first glance, I think that the throw was definitely in time. Whether the tag was in time or not is another story. We'll get a look at the replay here. And I think that's going to be the end of the inning. It would look like, I'm already going to put it in my books here, it's going to be an 8-2 put out to get Arabarenia at the plate for the third out. So we'll mark it down as out number 3, but we'll stay with you until it's official. I don't think that this call is going to take very long to be able to make here. And here it comes as the home plate umpire is going to come out. And they've already signaled that that is an out, and that is going to do it here. Well, no runs in the inning. There was 2 Cuban hits, no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom half of the 5th inning. It is Chinese Taipei 2 and Cuba no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a little bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for being here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. Here is our friend Matt Hollis. We'll be right back after this. Actually, you know what? Here's our friend Eric instead.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball.
That's right, everybody, and we'll be back for the bottom of the 5th inning in just a moment with our Japanese cheerleader timeout. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the top of the order to come to bat here for Chinese Taipei in the bottom half of the fifth inning. That means Chi Cheng Chu. Then it is going to be Kung Kwan, Gilja, and then An Ko Lin to come to bat here to face the Cuban lefty. We assume it's still going to be Yura on the hill, but not really sure. Nope. It looks like they are going to be going to making a pitching change. So Cuba is going to their bullpen. They're going to bring in the right-hander. As we have seen Yusniel Padron before, he is coming in now. So Yusniel Padron to replace Yura. So the second pitcher used tonight by the Cubans. As the home plate umpire is signaling to the score and to the home team bench that there is the new pitcher in the game. So here comes the first pitch from Padron, and it is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0 to Chu. Chu tonight is 0 for 2. He has struck out and popped to third in his 2 trips to the plate as he takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count now is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, the right-hander rocking into the motion and delivering. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep right field. Moving back over and underneath it is the right fielder Drake, and he makes the catch. That is going to retire Chu. He is gone for the first out of the inning. So with that 1 up and 1 away, that'll bring up the designated hitter, Gilja, and so he has kept up his hitting pace from last night. 1 for 2 tonight. He has driven in a run. He's got a double in those 2 trips. He's also grounded to third. He comes to the plate. He looks like he wants to hit. Here comes the first pitch. It is swung on and fouled away straight back. Count is 0-1. As I said, it's a lot of consonants in the name. Gilja is how I would probably pronounce it. And we hope we are not making a mistake there. There's a breaking ball that is missing outside. The count goes even to 1-1. Just a reminder, at the end of this half inning, we'll take our extended break because I take about 5 minutes in between to clean the field. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1. As they clean the field, they get everything all set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count now goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. They appealed over the first base umpire, but he said he didn't go. Wasn't even close. Wasn't even worth asking on the appeal, I don't believe. So 3 balls and 1 strike. As the right-hander delivers again, there's a breaking ball, waved out and missed. Padron took a little bit of something off that pitch, as it had the designated hitter for Chinese Taipei way out in front. 3-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on and lifted foul behind home plate. And the count remains full to Gilja. So here we go, back to the payoff pitch yet again. The 3-2 on the way from Padron as he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire the designated hitter of the Chinese Taipei for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the right fielder, An Ko Lin. Well, for Lin tonight, he is officially 0 for 2. He is grounded to short and flown to center field in his 2 trips to the plate. Batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Padron. Rocks into the windup and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander against the left-hander. As he rocks into the windup and delivers, there's a slow breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count runs even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting right fielder of Chinese Taipei. Pitch on the way, fastball misses outside. Count is now 2-1. As we said tonight, the walks had hurt Australia last night, and they've come back to haunt the Cubans here tonight. Only 2 walks issued by Ura have both come around to score. As that breaking ball was swung on and grounded foul on the first base side, count is 2-2. That is something that has killed teams. You can't throw enough strikes, then free passes end up hurting you. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, lined into right field for a base hit, and it's going to get into the corner. That's going to be extra bases for Lin as he's going to cruise into second base. So Lin has got himself a double here, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Song and Seng. And for Seng, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He has flown to left field. He's also walked and scored a run. And just a tune-up on the game between Japan and Dominican. It's now 5-2 for Japan in the bottom of the 6th. And that one there. We'll continue to keep you posted on that one as well tonight. So here comes the left-handed hitting left fielder. It is supposed to be Song and Seng, but it looks like we got a pinch hitter on our hands here. There's a first pitch fastball that misses outside for a ball. Count is 1-0. This is number 85. We'll have to get you a number on this here on who this player is. It looks like it's Yu Sien Chu. So Yu Sien Chu is in the ball game here. Breaking ball, take it for a called strike, and the count now runs even to 1-1 on Chu. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As the right-hander Padron works to the set, he checks the runner at second, now delivers. Fastball misses outside. It's now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As a rider after this half inning, we'll take that break as well as we'll refresh our beverage and get back into the saddle here to give you the rest of the ball game. John holds to the set, checks the runner, now delivers. Fastball taken on the outside corner for called strike, and the count goes to 2-2 on Chu. So here comes the 2-2 as the right-hander again works to the set. Checks the runner, now delivers. Breaking ball swung on, grounded over to the first base side, but it just goes foul to the right of the bag, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is, as the left-handed hitting pinch hitter of Chinese Taipei will continue the battle here against Padron. Padron now at 20 pitches here in the inning. And I would think that the Cubans will probably run a parade of pitchers out between now and the end of the ball game. Right-hander again works to the set. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's on its way. It's a breaking ball. Swung on and missed. Oh, Padron did a nice job. He took a little something off that. And that is going to retire Chu for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit. It was the 2-out double by Lin. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 5 complete innings. Your score is Chinese Taipei 2, Cuba no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few. We're going to put the music on loop, let it run here, and we'll be back in just a bit with all the action. 2-0 as we move to the 6th. It is a 2-0 scoreline as we move to the top of the sixth inning. We'll be back in just a few.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt, and your support of the channel. We'll be back in just a couple moments as the top of the sixth is around the corner. It is that extended break in between inning 5 and 6 to do a change on the field and everything else. We'll be back in just a few with all the action after this. Appreciate you for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm like an addict, ooh, I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shoot tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Send the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back better than last. Yeah, it's a new me.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the Cubans coming to bat in the sixth inning here in just a couple moments, as it'll be the 9-1-2 hitters to bat. It'll be Walter Santos and Moncada. Just looking ahead a little bit, as it'll be the United States and Venezuela, Japan, and Chinese Taipei, as the games will go on the 21st, 2nd, and 3rd. And the championship game will be on the 24th. Or is that the semifinals or the finals? No, it's the championship game will go on the 24th. No semifinals, so just a round-robin portion of the next one here. And then, of course, from there, then that will crown the champion of the tournament. As we'll see how this will shape up. I would think that the United States starting to get a little more familiar with themselves. We'll have to see how that all plays out. We do have a substitution, as Chu is going into left field, as he had stayed in the game once he pinched hit for Song and Seng. So he stays in the ball game. And it looks like the reliever N.C. Huang is still going to kick around here for another inning. As we said, we'll see how he is. He gave up the single, but he recorded the out on the putout from the center fielder to the catcher. As now he is ready to face Walter here in inning number 6. Walter, Santos, and Moncada to come to bat. So the right-hander ready to go again here, as The left-handed hitting Walter at the plate. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Walter, his first time up, he popped the second. So 0 for 1 tonight here in this one. As the right-hander works set. And now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on his grounded foul past the bag at first base. And the right-hander Huang is up 0-2 here to Walter. Again, the right-hander working to the set position. Here comes the pitch as he kicks and delivers. And that is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 0-2. I don't know. Watching tonight, there's been a couple times the foul balls I'm not so sure of. Obviously, we've seen on another replay, but that one there, maybe based on the reaction of the catcher, he did foul it away, did Walter. So here comes the 0-2 as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on, chopped softly down the first base line, and it is just going to roll foul. As the first baseman, Lin, picked it up in foul territory, hoping it would probably go fair because he would have been able to retire Walter quite easily if it would have been able to stay in fair territory. Walter will go back and get ready to do it again. So Walter digging in. Here comes the 0-2 offering again from the right-hander Huang, who kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up on the first base side of home plate, racing over towards the dugout. On the first base side is the catcher die, but it's going to watch it get into the seats, and it keeps the count at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it will remain. Top of the 7th, Japan has a 5-3 lead over the Dominican, as that game still continues to go on. As we said, they were just a little bit ahead of this one. They're about a full inning ahead. They had a half-hour head start as well. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Walter's in the books for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the top of the order in Raul Santos. We're starting to get to the point where Cuba is going to run out of outs here. They're going to have to find some instant offense if they want to get back into the game. So Santos comes to the plate 0 for 2 in this one. He's grounded to the pitcher and he's flown to right field. So the right-hander against the left-hander, Huang ready to go again. Only 7 pitches delivered so far for the right-hander. As there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I haven't looked at each pitcher, but I would say it's in the neighborhood of 25 to 30 pitches we've seen for each Chinese Taipei arm thus far. Fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats, and the count now goes to 0-2. We had to take a look at this. It is 16, 22, 25, and of course 10 here. But the interesting part here from Huang here, who's pitched, every pitch that he's thrown so far has been a strike. 0-2 on the way. There is a fastball swung on. This ball is going to get lined into left field for a base hit. And Santos aboard, only the 3rd hit of the game here for the Cubans. And that is going to bring up the 3rd baseman in Yoan Moncada. So you can't fault Huang for coming in and not throwing strikes. He has done his part. But in saying that, 2 of the 3 batters he's faced have had themselves base hits. Nice job of inside-out hitting there by Santos. And that is going to bring to the plate Yoan Moncada. And Moncada waits in here on the right-hander, who delivers it as a fastball that misses down. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander against the left-hander, and they fire over to first base, and diving back in time is Santos. One thing about this Cuban team is they there's a couple players who can run. Santos fits that bill. But for the most part, they are not a running team. They're not a athletic team. They'll bang with you, but they don't nickel and dime so much, and they don't necessarily run so well. Another right-hander up and throwing in the bullpen for Chinese Taipei. And one would expect they're just going to roll through a set number of pitches or a set number of for each of their pitchers. It would be it's a bit of a drag how they do the in-between innings. You'd like to think they could get it to where they can work the pitcher for a full inning set rather than bringing them in mid-inning. There's a ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1 or 2-0. Check that. So 2 balls and no strikes as again they throw over to first base, and again diving back is Santos. And again, the right-hander working himself to the set. Checks the runner. Now he kicks and he fires. There was a fastball swung on and popped up down the left field line. It's going to drift into the seats. Giving chase was the new left fielder Chu and the third baseman Pan, and ended up in the front row. So it was just ends up down behind the netting. That runs the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. So Moncada has another life to live here. And again, the right-hander ready to go. As I say, this game here, it does have a bit of a drag to it. And I say drag as they throw over to first base and the ball ends up getting away from the first baseman, Lin. Interesting there as he ended up falling on top of Santos. And now Santos, they're going to have time is called here. As he's kind of feeling the back of his leg where his Achilles would be. He ends up diving back and ball ends up hitting him. Oh, that's why. Because the player Lin stepped on him. No wonder he's grabbing the back of his leg where his Achilles is. Yeah, right on the side of his foot. And then he ends up almost tackling him. So he's going to get a moment, does Santos, to walk it off over at first base there, and we're going to go back at it. There was no harm or no foul on that one in particular. One would have to think that it wasn't intentional. So 2 balls and 1 strike as right-hander again leans in. Moncada waiting on the pitch. Here comes the 2-1. As the right-hander delivers, it is a fastball swung on it. Another one lifted into the seats. This one down the left field line. And this time the ball is going to just miss the upper deck as it grazes down. The count is now 2-2 to Moncada. I'm telling the story in the opening game of the tournament that Moncada, when he first came to the United States, he was in the minor leagues and he was on a steady diet of Twinkies. He was eating like upwards of 250 Twinkies a week. Somebody had to grab him and pull him aside and say that fried dough and cream wasn't the way to be on a diet. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and Moncada's in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone, and that's going to bring up the right fielder in Yadier Drake. Well, Drake comes to bat. Here he is 0 for 2 in this one. He has struck out both times to the plate. As the right-hander Huang leans in. And now he's ready to go again. Instead, they throw to first base, and getting back is Santos. I guess stepping on Santos's calf could slow him down a little bit. He's got himself a pair of Nikes, as does the first baseman Lin, but the pair of Nikes that is being sported by Santos looks like a pair of Air Jordan baseball spikes. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball misses inside, and the count now goes to 1 ball and no strikes to Drake. So runner at first, Santos here with 2 gone in inning number 6. Cuba looking to get on the board for the first time. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. And it's on its way. It's a fastball swung on tap foul over on the third base side, and the count runs even now to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike as the continue here to go. They still have that right-hander throwing in the bullpen. And the 1-1 pitch is on the way here as he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. The right-hander up and throwing in the bullpen is Chuang. And we would anticipate that he is going to be entering the fray here shortly, the 24-year-old. So here we go. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander kicks and delivers. There goes the runner. It is swung on. It is grounded over to short, backhanded by Chang. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Drake on a ground out 6-3. And that is going to do it here for Cuba in their half of the 6th inning. No runs in the inning. They did get a hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom half of inning number 6. Your score is Chinese Taipei 2 and Cuba no score. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in a little bit after this musical timeout. We got a 2-0 score line, and we'll be back in just a few with our friend Steve Rademacher being queued up. Be sure to check him out after the game, as he is always got some entertaining stuff. He's just released a new video, so check him out when you're done.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPG baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. Steve is on the quest for 600 subscribers. He seems like he's been stuck at the 575 mark for eons. If you get a chance and you do go over there and like what he does, be sure to give him the thumbs up and a sub from us and let him know we sent you. Coming to bat here for Chinese Taipei, it is going to be Pan, Dai, and Chang, as it is going to be Padron on the second inning of work here. And the first pitch breaking ball misses outside. The count is 1-0. So Chikai Pan is officially 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. So 1 ball and no strike it is as Padron rocks himself into the windup and delivers. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now runs even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Cuba's running out of outs here to get their offense going as that fastball misses down and away, and the count is now 2-1. They've got only 4 hits in this one. They haven't been able to string much together. Pitch on the way, fastball swung on and grounded foul past the bag at first base, and the count goes now to 2-2 on Pan. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the right-hander Padron getting that sign from his catcher. He rocks into the windup and delivers. Fastball swung on, grounded through the pitcher into center field. And that is going to be a single here for Pan. He's got a leadoff hit, his second hit of the ball game. And that is going to bring up the catcher in Peifong Dai. Interestingly enough, the pitcher Padron had fallen off to the glove side, wasn't really in a great position to field the ball as it ended up getting through the middle. And when you think about it, who's the worst fielder in the infield? Well, it should usually be the pitcher, as pitchers typically are there for a reason. They're there to throw. They're not the infielders. And he was not able to help his own cause. The first pitch on the way to Dai is a fastball that misses outside. Count is 1-0. Dai is 2 for 2 tonight. He's got a couple of singles. And the last time he came to the plate, he had squared a bunt and then ended up with a base hit to load the bases. As the pitch is a breaking ball that is waved at him as the count is 1-1. It was a ball that he had hit to the right side. It wasn't a bullet or anything. It was a chopper to the right side of the infield. And the Ariel Martinez had fielded it. It had come off the bag, moving to his right. And he was unable to make the play at first base. There was nobody covering. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. There is action starting in the Cuban bullpen. I think if you're Cuba, you would like to try to get through this inning with Padron. So 2 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander works set. And now he kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball swung on. It has popped up over on the first base side. Giving chase is the first baseman, Ariel Martinez, and he's not able to come up with the catch. He was battling the ceiling of the dome, and you can see he was just drifting. The ball ended up bouncing. He wasn't able to get a glove on it, so that's going to land as a strike. It's going to be 2-2 here to Dai. Yeah, I don't know. Got to tell you, Ariel Martinez came to the NPB as a catcher, and he's been playing some first base here lately. He has a bit of a wry smile there. I think he's taken the raspberry from some of the Chinese Taipei fans. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the pitch is a fastball that is lifted down the left field line. It is slicing, and that's going to just drop foul. Boy, I got to tell you, Dai is living a charmed life here. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Crowd, like in most Asian countries in the game. One thing I do notice is that they just don't seem to eat like they do in Japan. You go to the baseball game, there's a lot of food culture in Japan. A lot of people are eating at the game. But here tonight, I don't see people digging into their food like they do in the other places. Amazing as that is, you'd think that the Japanese would be really big people, but they're not. But as I say, we don't see that same thing here. Not a lot of people eating in their seats. So here comes the 2-2 pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on, chopped, softly fouled down the first base side. And this battle between Padron and Dai is going to continue. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It is Cuba and Chinese Taipei in the final round-robin game of the Premier 12. As we said, after a couple of nights off, it'll be resuming the action on the 21st, 2nd, and 3rd in a round-robin super round. There is a fastball that misses outside. There goes the runner down to second base. The throw is in time, and it is going to nail Pan at second. I think that's going to be it. It was an interesting play by Perez. He threw the ball from his knees. He went right to his knees, off of one knee, fired it down to second base. The throw was in time. The runner tried to avoid the tag, but he is gone. That's going to be caught stealing 2-6 for the first out of the inning. The pitch was a ball to die, so it's now full to die. And now the fastball is delivered. It is lifted into right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit, and it's going to get all the way to the wall. Die rounding first, heading for second. He is charging hard, and he's going to cruise into second base with a stand-up double. So that stolen base attempt right before. It's the third hit of the game by Die. Now he's got 2 singles and a double. That is going to bring the shortstop Cheng Yu Chang to the plate. We'll get a look at that replay again. I think if they would have challenged it, they would have saw that, and they should have challenged it. They would have saw that Pan had swam around the tag of Arabarena. But they didn't challenge it, and that would have been a run that they could have cashed in there. It probably would have been worthy of one, but the ball did beat them there, and maybe they didn't feel that it was a challenge worth wasting. As if they would have lost that one, it would have been the other way around. First pitch fastball misses down to Chang, and the count is 1-0. Chang today bounced into a fielder's choice and knocked a run in his last time up. Is also grounded to the catcher. And here comes the 1-0 pitch as Padron checks the runner, now delivers. Breaking ball swung on and shot foul right at home plate, and the count is even at 1-1. Oh, and for an encore, it looked like his hand had got into the base before the tag was applied, and then the tag came off. So I don't know. I think we got a different angle on that one there. I think that Chinese Taipei missed an opportunity. Fastball that is swung on, and it's going to be lifted into the seats foul down the left field line, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Chang. Right-hander Padron working again here as he gets the sign from the catcher, Perez, as he works himself to the belt. Checks the runner, now delivers. As the pitch is delivered, Cheng tries to check his swing, but he can't hold on. He's going to go down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Fastball was up in the zone. He just couldn't hold his swing back. He's gone for out number 2, and that is going to bring up the first baseman in Chi Cheng Lin. And for Lin, well, he is 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out and he has popped to third base. So 0 for 2 officially here in this one. As the right-hander holds set again, here comes the pitch. Breaking ball just misses outside. Count is 1-0. So Die the runner at second. 2 gone here in the bottom half of inning number 6. Chinese Taipei threatening again. The crowd is back on their feet. 39 pitches so far for the reliever here in his second inning of work. As the right-hander works to the belt, here comes. He checks the runner, kicks and fires. Breaking ball misses outside. The count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Good hitters count here for the first baseman, Lin. As Padron kicks and fires, there's a breaking ball that misses outside. It goes to 3-0. They do have the empty base, but one would have to think you want to try to attack the 8 and 9 hole hitters. Waiting on deck is the second baseman, Yu. So here comes the 3-0 pitch. Let's see if Lin gets green lighted. Pitch on the way. Fastball, center cut. Take it for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Lin. As North America starts to wake up on the East Coast, we appreciate you guys for checking in with us. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Lin. 2 gone here in the 6th inning. Runner is at second base. It's a full count to Lin. And the Cubans find themselves in a 2-0 deficit here to Chinese Taipei. If you're just joining us, we appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you got your pot of coffee going, as it'll either wake you up or keep you up. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. On its way, fastball swung on and missed, and Padron comes all the way back to strike out Lin for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it here. No runs in the inning. There was a pair of hits. There was no errors, and 1 runner left the board. Your score now as we move to the top of the 7th, 2/3 of the ball game in the books. It is Chinese Taipei 2, Cuba no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We're just waiting on confirmation of a pitching change, but we do believe it is going to be Hisin Yen Chuang coming in relief. Or is it not? Maybe it's going to be Lin, number 18, that we saw last night. We thought we would see number 71, who was heating up in the bullpen. But no, they have chosen to go to a different direction. It is going to be Kai Wei Lin on in relief. So they threw us a curveball, did Chinese Taipei. They psyched us out by warming up another right-hander, and then we got all anticipated. But no, it is going to be number 18, Kai Wei Lin. So the right-hander has just completed his warm-up tosses, and we are ready to resume the action. It's going to be the heart of the batting order slated to come to bat here for the Cubans, as it will be Alfredo de Spagna, Ariel Martinez, and Barbero Arabarena, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, to come to bat here in inning number 7. As we mentioned, it is a little bit, as we call the deep water that they are getting into now, are the Cubans. Only 9 outs to play with left. The pitcher on the mound here gets the instructions from the home plate umpire, which I'm not sure what he is indicating. I know that he has indicated the pitching change, but a lot of extra little pieces here. It looks like he has started the count with 1 ball and no strikes. So it looks like it is a pitch count violation here against the right-hander. So he'll start the batter at Despania at 1-0, as he had taken too long. Here comes the first pitch. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And so now the first throw that he delivers is even to count at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander hitting Despania at the plate, and the right-handed throwing Lin delivers. There's a breaking ball down and away. They appeal to the first base umpire, but they say that Despania didn't go, and the count now goes to 2-1. Spania today 0 for 2. He had struck out looking and grounded to third in his 2 trips. As I mentioned before, it's kind of a shell of his former self. There's sometimes you look at guys and you say, you might be hanging on a little too long to play. As there's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. And that's kind of my thoughts on Despania. I mean, hey, listen, it's the livelihood. You're getting a contract to play and you want to keep making money. But at the same point in time, I look at his game right now and I'd say that he's definitely not where he was 5 or 6 years ago, as he had stepped out of the batter's box, but the home plate umpire has shepherded him back in. So 3 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander Lin kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, is grounded over to the left side, fielded by Chang. He's got to go across the diamond, and he makes the play. That's going to retire Despania on a ground out 6-3. He's out for the first out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Ariel Martinez. Well, for Martinez, he is 1 for 2. He's got a double in 2 trips. As he is facing the reliever Lin for the first time. 5 pitchers used so far by Chinese Taipei. As Martinez waggles his bat. And the first pitch coming here on the way. It is a fastball. Take it for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Martinez. He does stand a little bit off the plate, does Martinez. As the 0-1 is on the right. Fastball swung on, chaps softly over to the left side of the infield. They're going to have to hurry. Fielded by the third baseman, Pan, and it's going to be in time to get Martinez. That's going to go down as a ground out 5-3. They really had to hurry. Almost a collision between Pan and the shortstop, Chang. Chang was racing in, and he had to go on his backhand side. But it was Pan who cut it off. The throw was a little bit low. A nice stretch at first base by Lin, and they were able to get the batter runner Martinez by a half step. One thing I will say is that Martinez sort of stutter-stepped before he got to the bag. He didn't run right through the base, and that might have slowed him down just a little bit. But he's gone for the second out, and it is going to bring up Barbero Arabirania to the plate. And Arabirania had a double his last time up, and he was gunned down at the plate trying to score on that base hit by Perez. So 1 for 2 tonight, 4 for 19 in the tournament. As the right-hander Lin kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on, tapped softly over to second. Fielded neatly by Yu, and he throws to first, and that is going to do it here. A ground out 4-3 for the final out of the inning, and that will do it here as Cuba goes in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're now through 6.5 innings. It is Chinese Taipei 2, Cuba no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action. We'll take our little time out here, and we'll give you our version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters slated to come to bat here, and it does look like we have a pitching change for the Cubans as they're bringing on a right-hander. And this is going to be number 42. It's going to be Yankiel Maurice. So he will be taking over here. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside to Ewan. The ball 1 and no strikes. So he is on in relief, the second pitcher used tonight by the Cubans. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is ripped foul down the right field line. It's going to hook into the seats. And the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And the right-hander ready to go. He rocks himself in the delivery. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And the right-hander kicks and delivers. There's another breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to you as he leads off here in the bottom half of inning number 7. Chinese Taipei clinging to a 2-0 lead here. There's a fastball swung on. This ball's belted foul, so no mystery here against the Cuban right-hander. When he gets a good pitch to see, he absolutely turns on it. So the count now goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes to you. So the right-hander again ready to deliver as he kicks and fires. Breaking ball swung on, grounded over to the right side. Diving stop there by Martinez. He flips it to the pitcher covering. That's going to go down in the books as a ground out, 3-1 for the first out of the inning. Nice play there by the first baseman Martinez, showing a little bit of range moving to his right. And 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Chi-Cheng Chu. And for Chu today, he is 0 for 3. He has struck out. He has popped to third. And he has flown out to right in his 3 trips to the plate. As the right-hander delivers, there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander again delivers a breaking ball that this time nicks the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-1 on Chu. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander again delivers. Breaking ball waved at and missed. That breaking ball is pretty decent, as it is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's got a little bit of bite to it. Late bite here from the right-hander, Marius. As now the 1-2 pitch is ready to go, and here comes the offering. Kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. It is lifted up into the seats, and the count remains at 1-2. As a reminder, we'll be back on the airwaves again for the Super Round starting in a couple of days' time. Fastball swung on, grounded softly over to second, fielded neatly by Walter. He throws to first, and Chu was in the books on a ground out 4-3. That's out number 2 here in the 7th. That's going to leave it all up to the designated hitter in Kungkwan Jiljegilja, or Jiljegilja. That's how we would say it. And as we said last night, he hit himself a home run of the 3-run variety. Tonight he's got himself a double and an RBI, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch again on the way from Maurice, and it is grounded over on the third base side. The count goes even at 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, the right-hander working as he delivers a breaking ball that just misses inside, almost hits the designated hitter of Chinese Taipei. As I said, Kungkwan is fairly easily in the first name, but it's Jiljegilja, I think is how you would say it, or at least how we would pronounce it. We were trying to do our translations and getting some stuff before the game. We were having our problems getting a good enunciation of it. As that breaking ball is swung on and fouled away, the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Getting into the deep water of this game as we look over in the top of the 9th inning, Japan has a 6-3 lead over the Dominican. As that game will wrap up, if it holds the way it is, the Japanese will finish undefeated in pool play. As the 2-2 was on the way, there's a breaking ball, waved at and missed, and that is going to retire the designated hitter for Chinese Taipei. He goes down on strikes, and they go in order here in the 7th, 1, 2, 3. And if we go back and look at it, that is the first time tonight that since the first inning that Chinese Taipei has got in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. We're now moving to the top of the 8th inning. Your score is Chinese Taipei 2 and Cuba no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for being here with us on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the top of the 8th inning, and slated to come to bat for the Cubans will be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. It'll be Gilbert, Perez, and Walter. We'll have to do a quick peek to see if it is still going to be Lin, but it is not. It is going to be number 17, a left-hander entering into the ball game here for Chinese Taipei. And that is going to be Quan Yu Chen, as he will take over here. So Quan Yu Chen on in relief. As by our books, this will be the 6th pitcher used tonight by Chinese Taipei. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that's down. They appeal over to the third base umpire, but they say that Guevara did not go. There's 1 ball and no strikes. So 1 ball and no strikes it is to the 7-hole hitter for the Cubans. And the lefty, again, ready to deliver. Chen kicks and fires a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Left-hander Chen rocks into the delivery. Breaking ball swung on, grounded softly, fielded on the backhand side by the second baseman Yu. Oh, a nice play by him. And that is going to retire Giebert. That's going to go down as a ground out 4-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the catcher, Andres Perez. So 1 of the books. Perez striding to the plate. He's 1 for 2 tonight. As the Cubans are running out of outs, they've only got 5 outs left to play with, down by 2 here. And the first pitch on the way, fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Left-hander again, kicking and delivering. Breaking ball misses down, and the count runs even to 1-1 on Perez. Left-hander Chen working from the stretch. He kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on it. It's tap foul behind home plate. The count now goes to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, the lefty ready to rock and deliver. As he works to the set position, now he pitches. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Perez. Chen going back to the rosin bag, and he's going to get him reset. He's not a big fella, is Chen, but he does have some strength in the legs. You can see he's got some strength there as the home plate umpire comes out. I don't know if he has added a ball to the count here or not. As the pitch is now on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down. No, they didn't add one to the count. I don't know if they gave him or asked for a timeout or whatever that might be. So 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Perez. With the timeout rule, sometimes you don't always get the information. The home plate umpire, especially here, they handle themselves a little bit differently. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is ripped into left field, moving back on the warning track. And there to make the catch is the left fielder, Chu, and that is going to retire Perez as he goes in the books for the second out of the inning. Perez hit the ball hard, just not far enough. And 2 gone here for the Cubans in the 8th, and that is going to leave it up to the second baseman, Gene Walter. Well, for Walter, he comes to the bat. He's 0 for 2 today. But is this going to be Walter, or are we going to see a pinch hitter here? After you take a look here, looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here for the Cubans. We'll have to get that for you in just a second. As the first pitch is on the way, it is a fastball that misses down. And it is going to be a pinch hitter for the Cubans. This is going to be Roberto Baldequin, as he has had some action in the tournament. So the Cubans will start to empty their bench a little bit in places. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count goes to 1-1 on Baldequin. Left-hander against the right-hander. As Chen gets his sign, and now he kicks and fires. Another fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. I will say this, one thing that Chen really does, he keeps the ball down. He's got a lot of sink on his pitch. He lives around the knees. If you want to be effective, that's where you need to be. You get up in the zone, and balls can start to leave the park in a hurry. Here comes the 1-2. That's a fastball swung on and missed, and Baldequin is made quick work of. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning. And that'll do it here in the top of the 8th for the Cubans. They go in order again. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. That is 8 in a row retired by Chinese Taipei pitching. We are going to the last half of the 8th, 2-0 for Chinese Taipei. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a little bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for listening in with us tonight here on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this from our friend Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the wave that is going around the ballpark here now as it is coming to bat here in inning number 8. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. It'll be Anko Lin, Yu Xian Chu, and Chi Kai Pan. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Lin. Lin tonight has a double in 3 trips. He's also grounded out and flew out. There is a fastball that is swung through and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. Right-hander Maurice is still in the ballgame here for the Cubans as he has come out for his second inning of work. He threw 16 pitches in that last half inning. As he is kicks and fires, there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander Maurice ready to go again as he works himself to the set position. He kicks and fires. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into center field for a base hit, and Lin has got himself a leadoff single. He did a pretty good job of staying through the baseball as he is got himself a hit. Bit of a long swing there by the right fielder, but was able to get there on time and drive it up the middle. And that is going to bring the batter Chu to the plate. Chu only has 1 at bat. He came in as a pinch hitter in the 5th inning for Song and Seng. And he struck out in his first and only plate appearance. So batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Maurice. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on its line the other way into left field. It's going to be a base hit. So back-to-back singles here to start the 8th inning for Chinese Taipei as they're looking to add to their lead as the crowd is giving them their applause. Just a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard. The Japanese have now made it an 11-3 game over the Dominican. That is in the top of the 9th inning. As they are pouring it on, so to speak. And that is going to bring the Cuban coach out of the dugout. We're going to see if that is going to be the end of the night for Maurice or if they are going to leave him in the ballgame here. Let's see what they have to do here. Nope, that is going to be it, as he has given him a high five. I'm not sure what you high five about after giving up back-to-back hits here. So his night is going to be over with as he has taken the ball. They have action in the pen, and we'll come back in just a couple moments with the pitching change. So we have a pitching change here as the Cubans are going to their bullpen. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Hang tight, everybody. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us. Here is our friend Steve with the pitching change.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodmacher come back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool to go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Leodan Reyes who is coming on in relief. He is going to be facing Chi Kai Pan here in a tough situation. They've got 2 on, and there is 2 on and nobody out. It's kind of funny. The right fielder, Yadir Drake, on the in-between, who is playing catch with one of the fans in the stands who has a glove. But that is over with as they're ready to go. So you'd hear Drake playing catch with one of the fans in the stands, keep him loose in between innings. So Chi Kai Pan, who is slated to come to the plate, is 2 for 3. As the right-hander Reyes has completed his tosses. Reyes is not a big guy. He is a slender pitcher. He kind of reminds me, there was the closer in Oakland. I can't remember his name. I want to say it was Jimenez a couple of years ago, who this guy's got a very similar build. Jimenez, I believe, had come from the Blue Jays organization to Oakland. And he had blossomed for the Athletics, but I think he needed some surgery, missed some time. Of course, Mason Miller is their closer right now. So Reyes ready to go here. Diminutive right-hander. So 2 for 3 tonight for Pan. We'll see if he is going to be given the green light to swing away, or if they're going to bunt right out of the gate here. We haven't seen a lot of bunting from Chinese Taipei. And he does square to bunt, and he takes a breaking ball down and in, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. The right-hander gets his sign again from his catcher, Perez, and he works himself to the belt. We'll see if the bunt stays on here for Chinese Taipei. He does square again to bunt, and it's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Again, the right-hander working himself set. As the pitch is on the way again, a squares to bunt, and this one is bunted foul at home plate, and the count is 2-1 now to Pan. It's one of the things when you watch the Japanese games a lot, they do like to bunt. I don't know if they like to bunt, but they certainly get the job done. I don't know if it is always the case in the other leagues. I haven't really seen much of the Chinese Professional Baseball League, played mainly in Taiwan. So 2 balls and 1 strike. He's already squaring early is Pan, so that ought to give you the signal of what is about to happen. And now the pitch is on the way. He pulls back, and it's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Cubans trail 2-0 here. Chinese Taipei with 2 on and nobody out, looking to add to their lead here in the bottom half of inning number 8. As the right-hander Reyes delivers, fastball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded by the second baseman. They go to second for 1, back to first. It's a double play, and that is exactly the tonic that the Cubans needed, a 4-6-3 double play, as it erases Chu at second for the first out. And on the backside, it's going to retire Pan, and it's going to advance Lin over to third. And that'll bring up the catcher, Pei Fong Dai, to the plate. And if there's somebody today who has had a hot bat, this is the one who has it. So something has to give. Either Dai is going to continue his hot performance, or he is going to be the third out of the inning. He is 3 for 3. He's got 2 singles and a double tonight. As the right-hander Reyes ready to deliver. Pitch on the way. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Nice pitch there by the right-hander. So no balls and 1 strike. Again, the right-hander leans in, gets the sign, and from Perez, he's ready to go back at it again as he works himself to the belt. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on, and this one's fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Lots of traffic through our channel over the last couple of days, and we want to thank everybody who has come in to check us out, and thank the ones who have stayed even more. As we do the calls during the Japanese season, if you like NPB baseball, you can stick around and listen to us make the calls there. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count goes to 1-2. And so hopefully if you'll like the service, you'll stick around with us. There'll be lots more action to come. All three of the Super Round Robin games, the late ones we will call, as well as the championship game. 1-2 on the way. Fastball just misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-2 on die. Looking ahead to the Cuban ninth inning, it'll be the top of the order, Santos, Moncada, and Drake to come to bat. So Chinese Taipei is going to get a win. They're going to have to go against some of Cuba's best. Here's the 2-2. Fastball swung on, and it's going to be lifted foul into the netting behind home plate, and the count remains at 2s. Cheerleaders for Chinese Taipei, they're much similar to what goes on in Korea. They dance above the dugouts. 2-2 on the way. Fastball checking his swing and not able to hold up his die. He's going to go down for the third out of the inning, and so Reyes does his job in relief as he induces a double play, and he gets die to strike out. And that is going to do it here for Chinese Taipei in the 8th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 8 complete innings. Your score is Chinese Taipei 2, Cuba no score. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 9th inning. It is going to be Royal Santos, Yoan Moncada, and Yadier Drake to come to bat here, as it is the 9th inning upon us, and the Cubans are down to their last wraps, so to speak. And we are just checking to see if the left-handed reliever Chen is still around or if they have retired him for the night. And no, it is going to be a right-hander, and we're going to see Wu in the ball game. So this is Chun Wei Wu in. So he is coming on in relief. So Chun Wei Wu is the 7th batter here to be used tonight. I wonder if they're adding a ball to the count here. What is going on? And that is exactly what's happened. They've added a ball to the count. Second time in as many innings as we've seen it. So Raul Santos will start the at-bat with 1 ball and no strikes. As the first pitch is ready to come here from Wu. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-0. Very strange. Like in some of the innings, like when at the beginning of the game, when Euro was pitching, he was literally standing out there waiting for the home plate umpire to have him ready to go because of the television timeout. Fastball misses down. It's now 3-0. And then here we are late in the game. And a couple of the relievers have been penalized for taking too long, either in between innings or whatever it might be. And they've added balls to the count. So 3 balls and no strikes it is here to Santos. As the pitch is delivered, it's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. And the count now goes to 3-1. I guess you sometimes can't have it both ways, but at least let's get the show on the road here when the pitchers are ready. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. As the right-hander kicks, pauses, delivers. It is a fastball swung through and missed. And it's now 3-2 to Santos. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Cuban leadoff hitter. Moncada and Drake to follow here in the 9th. Chinese Taipei with a 2-0 lead here in this one. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and missed, and Santos in the books. So the pitcher Wu comes all the way back, down 3-0 to get Santos for the first out of the inning. So he goes in the books for out number 1. And that is going to bring Yoan Moncada to the plate. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball that just misses down. Count is quickly 1-0. Moncada today 0 for 3. Has not had a great tournament. Hit a $154 in the tournament. So he's picked up where he's left off with the White Sox this year with a tough year. Ground ball chopped softly over to second, fielded by Yui. Underhand flips to first. And Moncada is going to be erased on a ground out 4-3. He's in the books for the second out of the inning. And it's going to be all left up to Yadier Drake. So the Cubans now down to their final out with Drake striding to the plate. Drake is struck out twice and grounded to short his other time up. Batting .389 in the tournament. Drake has this very open stance, waiting on the offering from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Wu looking to efficiently take care of the Cubans here in the 9th. Down to their final out, as we said. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Drake. Disappointing tournament for Cuba. If they would have been able to come from behind and beat Japan last night, this would have made this game all the more important. But they weren't able to pull it off. Once this game is over, we'll give you a full recap after it is done, and then we'll sign off for the night, but then look for our schedule. It'll come up the next 24 hours or so with the games that we'll be calling a late night. As that fastball catches the inside corner, it's now 1-2 to Drake. So if you're up burning the midnight oils, or if you're over in Asia, or if you're in Europe, and you want to listen to some baseball, we'll have it for you. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. As they're down to their final strike are the Cubans. As Wu kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball waved out and missed. And tagged by the catcher for the final out. Drake is in the books for out number 3. And Chinese Taipei has closed out the pool play with a victory. They end with a 4-1 record. And they are going to be heading over to Tokyo, Japan to play in the Super Round beginning on the 21st. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board for the Cubans in their half of the 9th. Your final score is 2-0 Chinese Taipei over Cuba. We'll be back to wrap this one up in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Be right back after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. After the game, be sure to check out Steve Rademacher, as he is got all kinds of crazy stuff to share with you on his wacky channel. Well, our final score here tonight was 2-0, and the runs came in the third and the fourth innings for Chinese Taipei, and they were both off the starter Yura. With one out, it was walks that were the killers here tonight. There weren't as many as there were in last night's game, but with one out in the third inning, it was a walk to Yu, and then after a pop out by Chu, it was a double, RBI double off the bat of Giljegil Joie, who brought in the first run of the ball game, and it was 1-0 Chinese Taipei. In the fourth inning, it was a leadoff walk to Seng, a single by Pan, and a single by Dai loaded the bases. And up stepped Cheng Yu Chang, and he bounced into a fielder's choice that brought home the second and final run of the ball game for Chinese Taipei. And that is where it ended. Chinese Taipei had 7 pitchers that they used tonight in this one, as they had a full-on pitching parade to keep everybody fresh for the upcoming games. And that is where we have it tonight. Well, we appreciate once again everybody who had checked in with us. We're going to be back again in a couple of days' time as we will call more action. So we thank you once again for listening in with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll exit with our Japanese cheering. If you haven't been to a Japanese or an Asian game, lots of this goes on. We'll be back again in a couple of days' time. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you again tomorrow.